Okay, you ready? Today, I'm going to talk about the tactic of false promises. This is connect the dots. Of course. Oh, I'm sorry. Another disingenuous political tactic is the false promise. A politician says, of course I'll release the documents. Of course I'll cooperate with the investigation. Yes, absolutely. We'll get that done in 2 weeks. They say it with confidence. They say it on camera because the promise buys time, softens headlines, and signals good faith they don't actually possess. Behind the scenes, the intention is hollow. They never intended to release the documents. They never planned to cooperate. 2 weeks pass, attention drifts. The next news cycle arrives and memory gets sanded down. In the end, the promise becomes the story, while the broken promise slips quietly out the back door. This is how false history gets written in real time. We've seen false promises used as political tactic again and again. I will release my tax returns. For decades, candidates did. Donald Trump promised he would. Soon, after the audit, at the right time. The promise dominated headlines and the transparency never came. The returns were released years later through Congress, but the promise was the news. Failure nearly disappeared. We will cooperate with the January 6th investigation. Public statements of cooperation were followed by private delay, ignored deadlines, fought subpoenas, endless appeals. Each promise bought time. The goal was to outlast the investigation. And then there was Infrastructure Week. Announced again and again, slogans, events, headlines, no sweeping infrastructure bill ever arrived. The promise became a punchline, and the absence of policy faded into the background. These moments aren't about ideology. They're about governing by illusion. So here are the civic lessons. Pay attention, not just to what leaders say, but to what they do. Thank you, Rachel Maddow, for hammering this into the public bloodstream. Hold them accountable not for press releases, but for results. That's how citizens protect democracy, with attention, memory, and truth. That's the bigger picture. Let's keep connecting the dots.